Welcome to a presentation about IT Maestros. This is about fast and automated EBIZ suite cloning. We're technical specialists on database and middleware. We have 15 years plus of experience in the IT industries. We work on complex environments and we help several areas in IT. We do automation, we focus on providing the best solution. We know about EBIZ suite and Oracle databases. We know about business intelligence and identity management. We use open source and we do SQL tuning. This is about cloning automation. So there's two product offerings. The first one is fast, the other one is automated. As the name said, fast means like an environment can be cloned in around 1 hour, no matter what's the database size. This is very useful when you have priority 1 issues, where you have to replicate production environment very quick. The automated cloning can be used for refreshes when you have a large amount of environments. Like for example, if you got 20 environments to refresh during the month, this can be a tedious task. Here are some of the features. The main difference between the automated and fast is that the automated requires additional hardware and that the source system requires to be in sync with some method, for example DataGuard. The demo is based on these components. So we're going to use Oracle EBIZ Suite R1213. It's a Vision instance, 2 database servers, 2 middleware servers. The database size is 250 gigs, 42 gig for the file system, and we use Oracle Linux as the operating system. Some details about source and target systems. As you can see, the source database name is BYOS, target is BYOS DBA. First thing we do is we run a survey script which will prompt interactive questions and collect data between source and target environments. So I'll show you. So here is directory of all the binaries that we need. What I'll do is I'll remove the existing configuration. What you can see here is the alert log of the source database, concurrent manager log here, and Apache log from the middleware. So this is the database source and the middleware source. So let's start running the survey script. So my source database name is BYOS. Target is BYOS DBA. So the database host is ITMS BYOS DDB01. ITMS.local is the domain. The Oracle account name is Oracle. The virtual machine configuration file is, I have it here so I don't need to remember, it's this one. So these environments are VMs, so I just need to point to the configuration file. Now the middle tier name is BYOS. I just realized that I made a mistake, so let me Ctrl+C and remove the configuration directory again. Let me start once again. So BYOS source BYOS DEV target database. Production DB server is P for Peter DB01. Domain Unix account. Let's copy path to the configuration file. Now middle tier name again is BIS PAPP01 ITMS.local Oracle. As you can see, these are virtual machines that has been downloaded from the eDelivery website in Oracle. So pretty stock standard. Now this is a configuration file. Now let's pay attention what happened here. So it checks the existence of the configuration file. It starts adding some variables. It checks SSH to the server. So you can see it's trying to log into the database server and to the middle tier server, and obviously check the passwordless SSH is set up. Now it's asking about the target system. So target system is BIS D for development DB01. So that's the database host. So BIS for vision, D for development, DB database 01. Domain, account name is Oracle. Configuration file is this one here. Middle tier now, the development server middle tier. Domain, account, and I need to put the configuration file for the application tier. I'm just going to copy it, which is simple. Okay, same thing, you just check the system is up and running, and it checks the password lab setup. Now this is the base directory of the source, which is in here. So application base, Oracle home is this one. So as you can see, it tries to connect to the source system. It checks the seed, and the database is open in read-write mode, and it adds these variables into the environment file. Same thing for the the source middle tier now, just same location but different server, and it just completed. So there's no error, so it adds some variables and it finished. So what had happened here now is it has created this directory, and inside we have a clone environment file which contains all the information that we need to run the clone. Let's go back to the presentation. So step number 2 is to start the cloning. So what we'll do is we run the script and we pass the environment file that we just created. We'll check the master log. So in this case, I'm gonna pause every action. So I'm gonna set this environment variable, and I'm gonna start running the clone. Let me just move to the right place. That's it. So what I'll do, before we do that, we can show you a few things. So we can show you, this is the production. I can SSH and I can see the instance process monitor is running. Middleware, we can see the apps processes running, and you can see that the instance top, that's the context name. From the target, you can do the same thing. So you can see it's BIS Dev is already up and running. This is not a fake database, it's real. And the target middleware also is up and running, and as you can see, the context name is BIS Dev. This is the old context name because it's been cloned from this one, but this is just a completely different environment. So next step is to run the clone. So what I'll do is I just gonna run this run clone and pass on the environment file. So it's gonna ask me the clone directory home, which is the location of the environment where the environment file is. That's the one. And it's gonna ask me the app password, which is type. So what you see here is step 0 is some pre-clones, some setup around directories, working directories. That's been completed. So let's go back to the presentation, and you'll see the next step is like it's gonna do a preparation of the source database. So you'll post the database, and you'll prepare database for cloning basically. So just press enter here, and as you can see 01 also completed. So it's suspend the database, the source database BYOS. As you can see in the alert log, that command has been executed. Everything is up and running. Haven't stopped the source database. This can well be a DataGuard instance, but for the moment it's a live environment. So next step is clone the source and app DB and app. So we create a write copy of the file systems, both DB and app. This is how we say it's a clone, a very fast clone. Press enter. Now what's happening underneath is just cloning the devices, these devices, into a new set of these devices. Most probably shutting down also the target systems. So if you can see, we can ping a target, the database server, and it's not responding. And same thing will be for it's not ping for the middleware. As you can see, 100% of the packet has been lost, so it's not pinging. Now let's check the result of step number 2, and as you can see, it's shutting down target, database and app tiers, and it's taking a copy of the source devices, both from application and database. So this is a 250 gig database disk and 42 gigs disk. That's been completed, no errors. So let's move on to the next step, which is 5. In 5, it'll run an ADCFG clone DB tier. So we'll clone we'll start up the target systems, and it'll run ADCFG clone to change the name of the database from BYOS dev to BYOS from BYOS to BYOS dev. So step number 3 is to resume the source system. As you can see in the error log, just resume, and now it's going to go through step 4 and then 5. So step 4 is most probably starting up both systems. So we have to wait until both virtual machines are up and running. Just see if the systems respond. Not yet. Not yet. Has to wait a few minutes and make sure those systems are responding. As you can see, now the database target system is responding. Let's try to SSH. and as you can see, the database starts automatically. Since I clone it, now I have the same database as my source system, which is BYOS. As you can see, I'm connecting to the development server. Now let's see if the middle tier is responding. Not yet. So in a nutshell, we have cloned the database so far, but we haven't renamed it. We haven't run any AD tools. So check again, middleware. Still trying to start up. Give another minute. It just tries. Its script will wait until the middleware is started. So here we go. Now it's responding. Let's check what's in that server, and as you can see, the middleware is not running anymore, and as you can see, the instance top still is the old or the source context name, which is BYOS, and the production name. So now we'll need to complete the next step, which is step 4. Everything's up and running. So now press enter to run step 5. So in step 5, as we discussed, we'll run ADCFG clone dbtier. As you can see, I'm just pressing enter because it's in pause mode, but if you remove pause, this will run automatically. So I haven't typed any command at all. Now let's log into the database. Let's log into the destination database server, which I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you something. Excuse me, I just logging into the app. Just wanted to log into the DB server. DB. Excellent. So go to the Oracle Home. Export my Oracle Home. Export my database. Set path. And run SQL Plus. So let's check FND nodes. Okay, the reason of that is because the script is running and it already has changed the database name. So if you see, it used to be BYOS, but now most probably it's called BYOS. So the cloning is running, that's why the database is down. What we can do is we can check ADCFG. As you can see, it's running. So we have to give a little bit of more time. Then we check FND nodes, and you'll see the new node get registered, the database node. So let's go and check. Let's check some of the logs. It checks both logs. As you can see, it's in the middle of cloning the Oracle Home. So this is the step that takes longer in the script. Okay, here we go. So it's moving. It's doing the next steps. Now it's probably when it's changing the control, creating a control file and starting up the new instance. So still is doing relinking. So let's see what's the status. Okay, so the database has started. So let's try to source the environment file and SQL Plus. Let's have a look at FND nodes. Okay, so the database still is being cloned. As you can see, the database is not open yet. What we can do is we can check alert log. So it's in the process of starting up. So let's shut down. Now start up. So this is done by the Oracle ADCFG clone, of course. It's creating redo logs. Temporary table spaces, changing the global name, and eventually it'll start up. Let's see. Excellent. So as you can see, the new instance, the new host or node that has been registered is from the development server. So you see it's BYOS D for development, where production is P. So that's step number 5. It hasn't been completed yet, so still there are some steps to do. Let's check. Okay, we just finished. So it just finished. As you can see, it runs ADCFG clone. Now, next step, and is this the last step, is the same thing but for the up tier. So ADCFG clone on the up tier. What I'll do is press enter here, and this process will start on the middle tier. Just gonna leave this connection open so you can see. Just go there. So I just want to show you that eventually the middleware, the middle middle tier server will come down here. Now let's go on SSH into the target. So we're just gonna SSH into the target system, middleware, yep, I'm in the BYOS DBA1, and I'm gonna go to Appletop, so as you can see it's running, so because it's BYOS dev. So let's go and check the logs. So it's my instance stops, EBS DBA log. It's running the last modification in the last minute. As you can see, it's doing make. Excuse me, and have my environment file. Just want to show you that it's running. So this is the time where we had to wait for a little bit, because the middle tier, as everybody knows, it takes roughly 10 minutes. So we just wait until this completes. So you can see the new context file is there. Some of the configuration files. Let's see if the node has been registered. and this is exactly what we want to see. So you can see the new node, the middle tier node, it's been registered. Its BISD is for development, so D app 01 and D DB01. So just wait until the process gets completed. As you can see, it's still running. In the meantime, you can see that the source database is running and Apache is running also on this side. It'll finish eventually, so I just need to wait for a little bit. Okay, so step number 6 just finished. As you can see, the database was shut down, the original source BIS. And then it runs etcfg clone dbtier, and now the last step is to start up the middleware. So if we check FND nodes, you can see both servers, target app and target DB. We can also run PS3 to see processes, middleware processes, as you can see, FNDSM, FNDLib, Apache, and OA core forms, and OAFM PMN. So this tells me both systems are up and running. Let's have a look. So I'm going to go to my desktop. It's a Linux desktop, but it serves our purposes. Now let me restart my browser, so we start from scratch. So I'm gonna log into our source production system. It's BIS P, as you can see. It's logging as a user, a York. You can see it's logging as a York. Actually, I want to show you from within the environment name. So just choose system administrator responsibility. So expand. Oracle applications. Let's go straight into dashboard. And as you can see, this environment is BIS P. So let's do the same thing on our development environment that we just cloned from production. Remember, it's a 250 gigs database, 42 gigs middleware. I just press enter, call a script, press enter, and just did it for me. So as this environment is just started, the caching is getting populated. So login as sysadmin. Password should be the same as source because I haven't changed any passwords. Do the same thing. System administrator. Here we go. Oracle applications, and get into dashboard. And as you can see, it's VIS dev. Refresh the host. It's D and DDB and D app, and apparently there's some concurrent marches that hasn't started, but I don't worry about that now. OPP hasn't started correctly, and workflow, that's something that we can fix later. But as you can see, both environments are up and running. Now this concludes the demo. Let's go back to our presentation. Yep, step 7 we said is login and confirm. Should be done. This concludes our demo. We have a blog where you can visit. You can also get a free trial. Please contact us. We can do a demo webcast with you. And yeah, please, if you're interested, just email us or phone us. And thanks for watching from IT Maestros.